Hi Libra, this is your general tarot reading for Libra Sun, Moon and Ascendant or Rising sign for the month of September as the first card pops out there. Libra, let's do as we always do here. We'll shuffle the cards and wait on all the right ones to come out for you, my love. And in the meantime, let's talk about these energies that you might be feeling throughout the month of September. So, we leave August and enter September under the influence of that big Piscean full moon happening for you in your 6th house. So Libra, this could be a moment where you just close a big door on a lot of hard work, a lot of effort, a lot of energy, focus and discipline. Maybe going into your work life, into some project, into trying to organize something, plan an event. And finally, some of the extra pressure is now off and you need to just close the door, stay quiet, go far, far away, away from all the paperwork, away from all the emails, phone calls, organizing stuff, and just have quiet time to reflect, as this card suggests as it comes out there. The energy here too for some of you could be where you leave behind a period of employment, working in a particular office. Maybe that's come to an end so that you can start over again into something far better, Libra. Again, some of you could have just found that you were maybe taking care of a health situation and now you need this time in September to recover. Maybe things got very stressful. There was a lot of high tension, a lot of anxiety. And now it's just unplug, turn off, and I don't want to hear from anybody and I don't want to know about anything. But yeah, rest and recover after quite a hectic period. That seems to be the key. Now, again, for some of you here, there could have been an energy where you had put a lot of time, energy and effort into something, finding the right people for a project, finding the right tools, trying to bring it all together with a huge sense of effort. And in that, strangely enough, you might have seen how some people may not have been supporting you in the way that they really ought to have been. It's like you were pushing, focused, determined to get something together, to get something happen. And perhaps you saw that somebody was being lazy around you or not helping in some way. And even in worst case scenario, actually trying to sabotage what you're doing. Maybe not deliberately, but just their behavior. You saw some behavior in people that said, you're not really helping, you're not doing anything. If you're not helping, then go away. So it's a thing that you needed to see, apparently, Libra. You needed to see how some people may have not had your back, may have not been on your side. You know, when the chips were down, when it came to the crunch, or whatever other cliche you want to say, they weren't there. Now, it doesn't mean you have to throw them away and say, get out of my life. It's not necessarily like that, but there is an element of you saying, I've seen behavior in somebody and they're not very helpful. And you could also see something here, even to go further, Libra. You could see where somebody who came in under the guise of helping you may have been terrible for you, may have just presented themselves as, like I said, being very helpful, but turned out to be probably one of the most unhelpful people you've ever come across, and now you need to get away, run away. Yeah, so that's the energy. It's you now, your soul, the sun, your soul now needs to just relax and to have a real rethink in a very quiet space of how to approach a situation, how to handle a person. There's an element here, if you've switched, something has switched, something that you've put a person or a project or your work that you had put a lot of time, energy and effort into. Now you're stepping back and saying, is this worth the effort? I need to go away and really think about that without anybody else's influence. Maybe there's a job situation that you have to think about. Is the office you're working in, is it a little bit toxic? Is it a little bit unhealthy? Or is there something that's missing there that you need to go away and really get that wonderful Libra mind clicking in to see how you can fix what's been missing in your life. Yeah. How you can maybe be at peace with some people. Maybe you've recognized that some people are missing qualities that you had once thought they had. You know the way we paint pictures of people and then suddenly when we see their behavior, we say, wow, this person would be so great except they're missing a certain quality, or they're missing love, they're missing some understanding, they're missing some tact, they're maybe overly critical of you. Yeah, unhelpful in some way. Probably somebody who's ready to point out where you're going wrong all the time instead of letting you know where you're going right, Libra. And it just seems, as I said, to be an energy that you no longer need, and you're having that big time out to see, where do I go next? What do I do now? And wherever I go now and whatever decision I make, who's coming with me on this new magical journey? Yeah. Now, there are other things happening. On the 6th of September, Mercury is going into the 12th house there. On the 9th of September, the new moon is happening in the 12th house. So this really is a period for you, Libra, where you're letting a bunch of stuff go. This is a time of surrendering. This really is a time of switching off your phone, disconnecting, and not being so drawn into your work life. Maybe you've been overdoing it in work and haven't given enough time to yourself to relax and recover. And I mean, around the 9th of September, it would be a wonderful idea, Libra, if you can, if you have the time, which I hope you do, or if you have the resources, do try and take a little break. Go somewhere that's quiet. Go somewhere that's healing for you. And even if you can't afford a vacation right now, or if it's just not the right time or whatever, do try to take lots and lots and lots of time out listening to music, maybe indulging in things like massage or things that just carry you away. Movies, photography. I mean, the 12th house is the beauty industry too, because it's all to do with glamour and recreating what's real into something maybe unreal. So there could be a great creative moment for you here, Libra, particularly around the 9th of September, where you change up change up your style. And that's interesting, because when is it? At some point, I can't see where it is now, maybe around the 8th of September, you will want to change up your style a little bit to something that really reflects a more soulful version of you. Because you might stand at the mirror or stand and look at things you're creating and say, does this really reflect me? Am I actually just too focused on the design, too focused on getting it right, too focused on getting it perfect? Or should I just relax more and be more soulful in the things I create? Put more of me into it. You know, because very often, Libra, we do this when we're creating things, we get so kind of stuck on, getting it right, that we lose focus of the real thing, which is about putting meaning into it, infusing it with soul. So that's kind of an interesting energy that's happening there. Now, other things that are happening too, Libra. Yes, September 9th, Venus, your ruler, moves into Scorpio. So a few things are happening here, Libra. There's an element here where you suddenly realize where you might be losing energy. Like I said, wasting time on some situations, maybe in your work life, wasting time on certain people For some of you, wasting time on something that you're very passionate about. And, excuse me, and now you just want to go back and just rebalance where there may have been a waste or a draining of your energy. Because the energy here is all to do with the 12th house. Suddenly being able to see where your energy is being drained. And now Venus in the 2nd house is saying, come on, Libra, this is your ruler saying, you've been wasting energy, you've been getting too drained, you're burnt out a little bit, baby. Time to refocus on you for a change. Yeah. Also, with Venus in the 2nd house, this could be an absolutely fantastic time to really see your money grow. Really see your money grow. And which is a lovely thing, because if you had been worried about your work situation, maybe, like I said, some of you, your work situation is changing, maybe leaving one job, having a kind of a holding period until you go to the next job, or some dynamic within your work life changing, how your work is changing. And if you're worried about finances during this time of change, you don't necessarily have to, because it seems around September the 9th, money just really starts to improve, to expand, to grow. It's a nice energy. And it's really the thing. There really is a lot of lovely energy here for you, Libra, to really see your money growing. But it's tied off with stuff happening too. Around the 12th of September, some of you, if you're working from home, because Jupiter and Pluto there, if you're working from home or doing something that's very soulful, very connected to healing, very connected to nourishing, maybe if you're in the food industry, something that really has your heart and soul in it. This is where the money is. And I think that's interesting, because I think you're realizing that in September, that it's not all about the work. It's not all about the energy and effort that you give something. It's not all about how many hours you stay in the office, how much overtime you do. It's not enough to work hard. And certainly, Libra, you are the kings and queens of working smart. So, I mean, you've got work hard, you've got work smart. What's missing? Maybe work from the soul. From the soul. What you need. 4th house here. What do you need, Libra? What's missing? These are the big questions. You're really moving ahead now. Saturn and Pluto going direct. This month, they're in your 4th house. And this is really the two heavyweights in there saying, come on, Libra, what do you need? You've probably been ignoring for many years what it is that you need. You've been taking care of other people. You've been taking care of business. You've been keeping it all together and you haven't slacked. No way, you haven't slacked, Libra. You've been going for it. But now it's almost like Saturn and Pluto are saying, hold your horses, whoa, Nelly. Really, Libra? Wonderful what you're doing, but what do you want? Now, when you've got Saturn and Pluto in there desperately trying to give you the gift of what you need and what you want, things from the heart and soul, I mean, the gifts that can come from there, if you really stop and listen this month, can be huge. Huge. And, perhaps some of you have been you found it very hard to maybe take care of family members, to take care of vulnerable people, to take care of, for those of you with children, taking care of them. Some of you maybe taking care of children and feeling like you're doing it all on your own. Or feeling like whatever creative project you're doing, whatever it is that you love to do, that you've been doing it on your own. But the point now is, Libra, that you get to stand up this month and say, God, I have been so focused on looking at all the people who aren't helping me with my shit, who aren't supporting me, who aren't there for me, when really what I'm learning here is I've got it, I can take care of it all, but not let it feel like a burden. Instead, to take some pleasure from this. If you're a single parent and you're saying, oh God, this is all so hard, it's hard to do this. Yes, it is. But at this moment, this month, you say, but I can do it, and I am doing it. And actually, I enjoy doing it. And I don't necessarily need somebody to help me. Sure, it's great. I'd love somebody to help me, but the difference is that you don't need it. That you can do it, baby. You can do it on your own. It matters, all matters of the heart. All matters of where you create from the soul, where you love from the soul. You're doing it. You're doing it. Because maybe a couple of years ago, Libra, you might have found that you were all work and no soul. That it was all about the details, all about bringing in the money, all about that work. Keep it together, keep it floating, keep it moving. And when Saturn and Pluto were saying, hold on, what do you need? And you're saying, I don't have time to worry about what I need. There have been major changes in my life. 5, 6 years ago, my life underwent such a huge transformation. Family dynamics changed. Maybe some of you moved country, moved to a different city. Maybe some of you, big changes in the family. Maybe some of you had to say goodbye to family members, and that changed everything. And then the last 2 or 3 years, you had to go back and relearn so much. So it's this period of trying to recover from huge changes and trying to relearn how to live your life and start over again. And now it's saying, no, go back and do what your soul wants. And you're going, I don't have time. That's the problem. You didn't have time, but now you're finding the time to take pleasure in whatever it is that you want to do, Libra. Yeah. Now, the big thing, Libra, oh my gosh, I forgot to do it. I totally forgot. Some of you Libras, at the end of the month, from the 23rd of September, will be having your birthday. Libra, you see, 12th house, everything is in the 12th house about forgetting, forgiving, letting things slip your mind, taking your mind out of something. And what did I do? I forgot to sing happy birthday to you. So for the September born Libras, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday dear Libra, born in September, happy birthday to you. Sorry Libra, you see I didn't really forget in the end, but I'm going to say that too. Speaking of forgetting, this could be a month where you might be forgetting a lot of things. Don't think you're going mad, don't think you're going crazy. It's just the energy that you might miss appointments, miss things, forget about important events at the last minute. There may be a few apologies, a few phone calls that say, oh my God, I totally forgot that it was your big day, or I totally forgot, blah, blah, blah. As long as you reach out and apologize, then the energy should be fine, Libra. So I'm apologizing to you for not singing happy birthday at the start of the video, so I hope you accept that apology too. What are the things? Yeah, it's birthday time, the sun moving in on the 23rd to Libra. And on the 22nd, Mercury is in Libra. So this is a great time for your ideas to shine. You're going to shine at the end of the month, my love. All eyes are going to be on you. It's your big shiny moment. So that's gorgeous. Now, on the 25th of September, there is the full moon in Aries. So as you're getting stronger, bolder and shinier now, as you begin to step out at the end of the month, there might be a moment where, again, you might have the right words and the right confidence to go and tackle people who you feel aren't giving you the love, care and attention that you need. You won't be able to tolerate somebody leaving you out. You won't be able to tolerate being left out of the loop, or somebody else taking all your energy and just making you want to making you feel that you have to sit in the shadows in the background, you're saying, I'm not having that. I'm not having that. So there is a great moment at the end of the month where you assert yourself, which is very powerful, very, very powerful. Assert yourself with your lover and assert yourself with groups of friends. Yeah. Libra, there are 2 cards waiting. We're waiting on 2 cards. I'm going to have to choose them if you don't mind. So for the September born Libras, I'm going to choose 2 birthday cards for you. So let's do it, Libra. A nice card and one more. The Queen of Wands. Okay, Libra, let's get to it. And let's look at this big overview of the cards as we start. Okay, so we open the month with this card, the 8 of Swords. 8 of Swords can often make us feel, Libra, like we're stuck, caged in, hemmed in, not able to move despite our best efforts, despite putting everything into it, we're not able to move forward. Something is holding you back. And this month, what you might realize is exactly what it is that's holding you back. It could be a person. It could be a work dynamic, particularly a job. But it really, with the energy in the 12th house, it's you recognizing where you're holding your own self back, where you are not releasing a bunch of things in order to move on. I spoke to Aries about this too, because you're sharing similar energies this month. This is a time of forgiveness. This is a time of apologies, and this is a time of really finally letting something go. And the energy here, Libra, is you doing the same. You've been held back and trapped, perhaps by somebody not apologizing to you, or perhaps by you not being allowed the space to apologize to somebody else. And you feel, you feel very trapped by that. And this is also the energy of you coming to a sudden realization that in order to get along with some people, in order to be in a relationship with some people, that you had to put a bit of a blindfold on. That you had to kind of ignore, oh my God, I see their behavior, they're doing it again. Just look the other way, pretend it's not happening, because otherwise they'll just freak me out and I'll get all angry with them and I'll get all cross with them. So just keep the blindfold on, can't see it. If I can't see it, it's not happening. And there is an aspect here too, Libra, of you taking this time this month to take the blindfold off, and the things that you didn't necessarily want to see, you're going to see them this month. And forgive it, forget it, and maybe, I don't know, move on from some situation. I'm talking to you, but I'm feeling something, so I'm trying to go with it. It's the energy of something can't be ignored anymore. Something can't be swept under the rug anymore. Because beside it here is the energy of you being very focused on things that maybe happened in the past, being very focused on things that disappoint you, being very focused on maybe somebody's behavior that's disappointed you, or how you feel that you don't get the things that you need. Other people may be laughing and, enjoying life, and you're saying, why don't I have any of that? And you might get that little ding moment this month where you see, because you haven't addressed it, because you have spent a lot of energy sweeping things under the rug, turning a blind eye just in order to continue. And it's, like I said, it's left you trapped and feeling very dissatisfied. And it's kind of left you stuck in this zone of not being able to get out of a feeling of sadness. But the thing is here, Libra, you can, if you just take the blindfold off and face the truth of a situation and just look up again, you'll see that the universe is more than ready to hand you something new. New love, new understanding, new healing. definitely the energy of like after a battle, or after a bit of a conflict, after seeing behavior that you don't like, and now you're like, I don't know what to do now, I don't know how to go on now, I don't know, I'm stuck. The thing here is, Libra, when you take this time out this month and really unplug from the he said, she said people too, unplug from versions of truths, different versions of people saying, this is the truth, this is the truth. When you step back and you say, well, what is the truth? That's when there's a breakthrough moment. That's when there's a real moment where all things are faced, that the things are no longer swept under the rug, that it's just, let me look at it. And once I look at it, which is the cup, the reflective cup of the moon, because when you look into water, into the cup, you see your own reflection back. You see what it is that you need to do to fix this situation also. So that's interesting. Now, on a very positive side here, Libra, what you've got is the energy of being very inspiring to other people. I know that there's great success here once you really go deep and face some of the stuff that you didn't want to face. You come out of it as an inspirational person. Is there something you're doing, Libra, that you can influence other people, inspire other people, that you can get people to see the work you're doing, perhaps, where they are able to look at it and admire you? This is certainly a month, particularly around the 22nd, 23rd of September, where people are admiring you and admiring your work. There is something you're doing that puts you head and shoulders out there, where people look to you and admire what you're doing. They want to follow you. They want to follow in your footsteps. They're proud of you. What is it you're doing, Libra? Now, I know everybody will be celebrating you once it comes into Libra season, but it's not just about your birthday. There is something very specific you're doing that it's like the energy of pushing you out further in whatever it is you're doing, to be an inspiration. Yeah, you're an inspiration, Libra, this month, and people definitely want to follow you in whatever you're doing. Look, if you're working on social media and you're looking for followers or subscribers, the more original you are, the more soulful you are, and the more in touch you are with something profound, maybe something magical or psychic, where you're tapping into the ethers that nobody else can sense, then you get people following you. So yeah, for all you social media people, it's that essence of changing a style, where people are now more impressed with this new style. I don't know. I know not all of you work on social media or do things on social media, but certainly whatever it is you're creating, you're putting a new slant on it, which is very deep, very profound and very different, and people will love it. And beside you, you have the Queen of Swords, the one who is determined to work hard, the one that is determined to cut through bullshit, which is what you're doing this month. You're cutting through bullshit in other people and even in yourself, Libra. You're cutting through it like a hot knife through butter. You're not accepting the illusions, the old illusions anymore. You want to see something newer, something more truthful, something more honest, and you're cutting through the thorn bushes in your life in order to be that inspirational person. It seems very specific. Now, I know you're working towards success, Libra. So there is, it's just to be an inspiration. And she's saying, you know, a lot of hard work got you here, a lot of pain got you here, a lot of blood, sweat and tears got you to this point. So when it comes, celebrate it. And if anybody again tries to come into your world to knock you down or not be supportive, you're ready with your sword. You're ready with your sword to chop them down. Sometimes this card represents kind of like a guidance from above for those of you who believe in maybe angels or guides or things like that. This card can be very representative of somebody in the 12th house, which is very mystical, having your back and protecting you as you go on some journey, some very deep and profound journey, Libra. Now, look at this. Yeah, deep and profound journey. The Empress, Libra, sitting beside the Tower. Okay, Libra, we've got to go with this. You've got the Moon then beside here. Libra, something is coming down. The old structures, the old bullshit, you can't tolerate it anymore. Don't panic when this happens. Don't panic. It might feel like you are being personally attacked. It might feel like your whole world is coming crashing down at some point mid-September. But don't panic. This needs to happen. It needs to happen. And when it does, Libra, when it happens, I absolutely beg you, please listen to me, please. When this happens, when a catastrophe strikes here mid-September, if there is an opportunity where you feel that you must be open, honest, and maybe where you feel you have to apologize or speak very much from the heart, Libra, please do it. Please do it, because you're moving away from bullshit. And now that you're moving away from the bullshit and that's all collapsing, don't bring more of it into your future. Excuse me. Something is changing radically for you, Libra. And I don't want you to be frightened by this or upset by this. This is a gift. This is something that needs to happen. The blindfold is coming off. The illusions are being broken. The spells are being dissolved. And this transformation will bring in a whole new you, where you're back in control, where you're back on the throne, where you're back in charge of your life. Really. And look, this is going to be big, Libra. You're going to feel it, because the Moon here beside hidden things, secret things being brought to the surface. Maybe friends might be a little bit disloyal. And I'm going to say this again, Libra. This is all happening because of the influence of the 12th house, where illusions are now dissipating. Anything that wasn't built on truth, anything that wasn't built on a steady foundation, anything that was built maybe on the back of somebody else's pain, I have to say that, I don't know why, that's coming down. And it's going to feel like deceit, it's going to feel like treachery, it's going to feel like somebody has done you very wrong personally, and you're going to deal with this. And I'll just say this again, Libra, it's very, very important. When this happens, this is a gift, so treat it as a gift. You will get to see the behavior in others, how they want to maybe bring you down. So that's gift number one. You get to see where other people may not have been terribly loyal to you. Gift number two, the people who may not be terribly loyal to you may actually reveal something about you that you have to face and address, because as nasty as their reasons for doing it, there may be truth in it. Their part in this is to dispel some of these illusions. And when it comes crashing down, please, Libra, be the very first person in whatever situation this is, in your friends or whatever group it's in, be the first to stand up and own shit. Say you were right. That was something that needed to collapse. That was something that needed to happen in order for me to get back being the truest, most authentic version of myself. So It's a biggie, Libra. It's a biggie. And like I said, I'm really hitting this, Libra. I'm really pushing this. Honesty, truth. Sure, if somebody comes out of the woodwork and does the dirty on you, fine. Use it as an opportunity for you to speak from the heart and to recognize where you may have allowed a situation become a bit cloudy or murky. Okay? Because you win once you address it quickly, and once you address it from the heart, you win. In fact, not only do you win, but it's like you could elevate your status, you could elevate yourself in some way, you could catapult something in your life on a huge scale if you're prepared to stand up and be honest, and when the shit hits the fan, to take full responsibility for that and to say, this is not who I am. I am not this person. I'm going to show you the real me. This is who I am. So that's quite a strong energy, Libra. But at the end of it, again, if you play this right, if you play the cards right, Libra, here, you can come out as being such a winner. You will have leveled up when it comes to your money. You will have leveled up when it comes to just stepping out as an evolved person, stepping out as a responsible person, stepping out as a person of character and quality. Character and quality are two big issues here. If somebody comes to threaten your character, show them now, Libra, okay, whatever has happened. Maybe there were some illusions, whatever, but this is my true character. And by doing that, you elevate your status. You bring in more money. You're just calling it in. You see, I'll go back to this. Just because there's a catastrophe doesn't mean it's always a failure. Some catastrophes can be the thunder strike that's needed in order for all the old shit to fall away and for the new version of you, the more responsible, the more authentic version of you, who's a winner, emerge. It's like the egg, the Libra egg is now being cracked, and you emerge, metamorphosize into something far more inspiring. Maybe that's why you're being influential and inspiring this month, Libra, because of this great crack in your shell, that you have the choice now to show the shadowy people that you are better and say, thank you for that. Thank you for cracking that wide open, because it gave me the opportunity to be even more fabulous. And to bring in the money. Bringing in the money this month. You've the Queen and you've the Knight. The Queen has sent the Knight on a mission. He's off, he's going, and he's ready to collect the money. Really ready to collect the money. Like I said, if you're doing anything in the healing arts, where you're influencing people, where you're working with food, nourishing, caring for people, care is money comes in when you show people you care. And he's off, and he's working slowly and steadily towards understanding this. The Queen has sent him on the journey, saying, where do we go? Where do we go? And the Knight has journeyed to the Hermit, the Virgo card, the lessons of Virgo season, which is also for me a 12th house card. Of wherever there's darkness, wherever something catastrophic, seemingly catastrophic has happened, there is always a light. There is always the truth. You do not have to stay in the dark. Truth will come. And the Knight has gone at, how do I increase my money? How do I increase my power? The Queen has sent me. Teach me how to make more money and have more power. And the answer comes from the Hermit, of being wise, of being prudent, of being slow and steady, winning the race slowly and steadily, and engaging with engaging with people from the heart, and speaking a great truth. And knowing when things get tough for you, Libra, if they do this month, that there is, wherever there is darkness, there is always wisdom. The great sages always went to the darkest corners to find the light. And this is you this month. If it gets dark at any point, know that you will return out of this with such wisdom, that it'll just catapult you into what? Into success. If there are family issues or home issues towards the end of the month, you are stronger. This is resolved. The worst of some family issue has been dealt with. It's over. When it comes to your finances, my love, towards the end of the month, money is just spectacular if, as I said, you play this right. Because we could say that the Queen is devolving to the Knight and then devolving to the 10. We could say that. But if you play it right, it might mean that all you need to do is take a few steps back financially, just a few, in order to move forward. And when you move forward, you've got the Psychic Queen, 12th house. This is you at the end of the month, sitting in the throne, sitting pretty, following the lessons of the sun. She's following the sunflower, which always turns its head towards the sun. The sun is in the 12th house, where there are deeper truths and deeper mysteries. And once you learn these deep truths and deep mysteries, Libra, you are on a winner. You're letting go, you're releasing. The toxic people are going. The people that need to go are gone. The illusions that you've been working under or laboring under in some way are now gone. And if that gets tricky mid-month, I'll just keep repeating over and over, because I am hearing this. It's the emphasis of from the heart. If an apology needs to happen between you and other people, from the heart, baby. Okay? And once you do that, you're laughing, you're back in power, and money is happening. Libra, this is a long video. Sorry about that, but I'm going to leave it at this. And if this is the first time seeing my videos, then please do subscribe. And you can join me on Twitter, on Facebook, Instagram, She Bear Tarot. And I'm going to wish you a lot of luck, because it seems that this is tricky. It seems that there are lessons to be learned this month, Libra. But follow the real truth and wisdom, and you will come out spectacular, my love. Okay? So, my beautiful, I will leave you with a great big kiss, mwah, and all my love. See you next month, my gorgeous. Bye.